back again for a short while anyway. I thought I was doing really well yesterday doing my lovely pink blushing up and applying it on the kit, and I let it sit overnight, and looking at them today, I reckon I overdid it with the blushing. They're just too pink for my liking. Here's a look. Let's see if I can get this camera in focus. Rather in frame, is that what they call it? Too pink. May not show up on the camera, but for me, that is just like too pink. Anyway, I was going to do just a skin flesh layer on top, but I've decided I'm going to mix a couple of different colours together, see whether I can tone down this pink somewhat. Incidentally, I used the same pink that I made up, the same paint, for my little one-of-a-kind sculpts, and as you can see, it's done on different material. This is hardly visible on them, on the clay, but it's certainly not the same reaction on the vinyl. So it just depends. I've got to do their lips. It just depends on what you're using it on. But see, that's the amount of blushing that I'd be looking for in the clay babies, but certainly didn't work for the one. Anyway, it doesn't matter, we'll get on with it. What I'm going to mix, and I'm going to make it like a wash, I don't want it too intense, is the skin base, the skin tone base, a little bit of the light yellow, and Pythalo green. Pythalo green, yes, that's the one. Careful with the green. Green's to counteract or to tone down the red, and that's where your, I've got one handy, your colour wheel comes into it. If you haven't got one, they're inexpensive, get one. So you say like, okay, so I feel that the kit is too red. So I'll put this arrow into where it says red, go straight across it, and it'll tell you which colour will help correct that. In this case, it's green. So yeah, the yellow I'm only putting in as a skin tone type thing, so it's just my personal preference. We'll see how we go. What I needed was a mixing brush. Now I did have one right here in front of me. I might take this one that's in the water. Rinse it well. Still got a bit of pink in it from yesterday, but it should come out. Yeah, it's going clean now. So, my main colour will be the skin base tone. Skin tone base, I'll get it right one day, and if I can get it open, I can actually, use it. So, just a dollop of this, well, a bigger dollop. And some of the light yellow, or yellow light, whichever way you want to say it, it's fine. Not as much of that one. It's really debatable whether I need any more, actually. Just a fraction more. And I've had a busy day. I've only just come in and had some lunch, so, and my busy day is not over yet. Still got to groom my dogs. Pythalo green, even less, okay? So, just being careful. My application. You can oh no, I've got on my gloves. You can always adjust colours if they don't mix up to what you expect. But to me, half the battle is, and I'm going to get these babies out of the way, because if I turn the stand there, they're likely to get tossed off the stand, and we're not quite done. Cuties. Alright, so I can move you more easily. Now we're going to put in our, actually I'm going to put some retarder in this, because although it's not as warm today as it was yesterday, I find that the air dry paints really dry very quickly, and you've got to be quick with using it. I'm going to use the Stroke and Blend Medium as well. And I'm going to put in, giving me that little bit of extra time to work, some retarded medium. And I may even put in some distilled water. Okay, we'll mix all that up and see how it comes along. So here's the skin tone, which obviously has a white base to it. You can see the white paint as you're mixing it. We're going to add the yellow, and that's just warmed it up a little bit. We'll add a bit more of the yellow, and some of the green went in then. So I don't really want a green. This green that I've got here is about as much as I want. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take all this green off and onto a napkin. Okay, I don't want any more green. I'm going to mix, clean my brush. Good. Take my yellow, mix that in, and make sure all colours are mixed in well. So really becomes a strange looking colour, really. Earth mint, maybe? In the Genesis there was a colour there, it was for corrections actually, called Earth Mint. So that's the colour I'd say it is. Let's see how it sponges up. So I'll get 2 sponges again, like I did yesterday, and cosmetic sponges, and if need be I will take off the excess, if there's excess. Okay, so I really do feel, because this is quite thin down, I can do the picking up of the paint this way rather than putting it on with a sponge. Oops. And I'm just going to go ahead and pounce this on. Make sure there's no blobs of paint anywhere. There is. I don't know why. So I'm doing the front of the head as opposed to the back of the head where I normally start, because this is the areas I've blushed. And I will do the back of the head just for the sake of it, really. Now, I don't know how many coats of this I will need, but they dry very quickly in between coats, so that's one good thing. Although I've put the retarder in now, so it might slow down this drying process. Yeah, I don't know. We'll wait until it flashes off and we'll see if she needs any more coats. So even though there's no blushing to the back of the head, just putting some on the ears as well. If you're getting too much paint, this is where your secondary sponge comes into it. Just pick it up. So I'm going to dab some more off there. Just to the back of the head now. And the other ear. Excuse me. This part here. Just by the look of her, another thing stuck there. Where's my... I don't know where all these things come from. Thought silicones were bad. Just by the look of her, and then as a guess, I'd say that she'd need 2 of these coats. So, just to tone things down. So you go ahead and do the whole entire kit with the same thing. The first one will be flashed off by the time you're ready to go to the last one, and if you feel it's still too red, you can apply another layer. Okay, Oh, and I thought I was nearly finished. No, not a chance. We still have the flex points and so forth to do. Now I've got to correct this first. See, you do make mistakes. You just need to know how to repair them. Catch you soon.